My man Kelvin Gastellum is going to be contending for the Middleweight Championship of the UFC against Robert the Reaper Whittaker.
About time.
Okay. Slow down. They're first going to be coaches on the tough.
Yeah.
And then potentially fight next year in February.
Yeah. So we still got
is that the right match? We gotta wait.
Yeah.
We gotta wait a good 8 months or whatever it is. Is that the right fight to make? Because that's what the white belts want to know.
Luckily, I'm a patient guy, and I think that is the right fight to make. Okay? Because if not Kelvin Gastellum, who? Right?
Okay.
At the top of that division right now, in terms of deserving a title shot,
yeah,
we either have Kelvin Gastellum,
yes,
or we have Weidman.
Chris Weidman.
Weidman did beat Gastellum.
MMA math.
You remember that?
I was there.
Okay, and so we know that we could say, yeah, if we're just looking at that last matchup, we could say, okay, well, definitely it should be Weidman. But prior to that win,
yes,
Weidman had a 3-fight losing streak.
Yes.
Okay, and so if I think back to that fight, not to get too wordy here, but if I think back to that fight, I remember a definitive moment, I think in the first or second round, well, Kelvin had Weidman almost cleaned out, almost knocked him out.
Right.
And then he only lost after when he gassed a little bit, and then Weidman dominated with wrestling.
Yes.
For me, that's good enough to say, okay, let me get the fresh blood up at the top, getting that title shot. Weidman, put another win together, then you'll get your shot.
I see your logic. I mean, after that loss, Weidman didn't really, after he won that fight, he hasn't really done much, right? I don't think he's fought since, or has he? I have no idea. But at least after that loss, Gastellum went on to be beat a former world champion in Michael Bisping. He beat a #1 contender in Jacare Souza. But he still doesn't deserve that title shot, if I'm being honest. And I actually don't even think Weidman deserves it. I think, honestly, this video is reminding me of our video from a few days ago where we're talking about Shogun getting the next title shot. Because if not Shogun, then who? So I don't want to see that logic in the middleweight division. I think that there's enough contenders there that we shouldn't be treating it like the light heavyweight division. So what do? Maybe we scrap this tough idea and have these coaches coaching in the middleweight division and actually have this tournament, and you were talking about that in the last video, tournament, and we can really figure out who deserves that shot. Because there is some fresh blood. As you well know, you're Israel Adesanya, Boha Shinya,
the dream.
So, I mean, these guys deserve a chance too. Why don't you match up Kelvin Gastellum, who's actually younger than Boha Shinya, and probably younger than Israel too, I think, as well. Why don't you match those guys up and see what happens?
You're right. And maybe that's the fault of the UFC, where they haven't really moved these guys along quite quickly enough to where we could see them at the top, or even say that, they deserve that title shot at the top. So maybe that is the right play, but I'm here to deal in reality. And the reality is the UFC didn't push those guys up in time. And so when I look at who deserves that title shot right now, if it's not Weidman, which I just cannot give it to Weidman.
I can't either. After those 3 losses,
his last 4 fights.
That winning 1 fight doesn't make you get up.
Ideally, nobody. I do hear you on that. But if I gotta pick someone, I'm giving it to Kelvin. And I like that matchup. I like that Kelvin Gastellum.
Exciting matchup.
I like that stand-up. I want to see who's going to kind of be able to take advantage of the counter-punching or the stand-up. Overall, I love that matchup. It's
a great fight. And you're super big on Robert the Reaper Whittaker too. So it sucked that he did get injured, but Yoel maybe kind of can deserve that next crack too, because he's kind of in there. See, Yoel needs to fight somebody like a Gastellum too.
But that's what you said though with Apollo. Maybe that's, and you did mention this I think in the last video, but maybe that's where we see Paulo step up, fight Romero. And then we're getting some new blood in the top. We're gonna see what happens and just shake the shit up.
We need it shaken up, because I don't want to see the same matches. We're done. Anything more?
I got nothing else to say.
All right, let us know what you think, or don't. We don't care, but have a good night.